Hey guys, so glad you stopped by. So today I thought we would do an old school pie. And it's one I'd never really thought about, but I guess it's been around for quite a bit. And that is a oatmeal raisin pie. Based on the cookie kind of run hand in hand. And it just, I ran across it in one of the old recipes in the boxes. And I thought, that sounds amazing. And then I couldn't find the recipe. I left it sitting on the desk so long that I think somebody borrowed it from me. But that's all right, because I found several to choose from. And they were all pretty much read the same, and that's great because it's such an easy pie to put together. And the one recipe I chose, though, didn't have a crust to go with it, but I read in the comments. The comments are always important to read, on anything you do. They kind of tell you the flow of things. A lot of people love the recipe, but they just added a graham cracker crust, so that's what we're going to do today. Some of the recipes also use just a traditional crust, and you can use a store-bought one or you can make one yourself. I made a graham cracker crust today from scratch. I won't bore you with the details. It's a really easy thing to put together. It's literally 12 graham crackers, 6 tablespoons of butter melted, and a tablespoon, 15 grams of sugar. Crush up the graham crackers, butter melted, put it in with it, and the sugar. Mix it all together. 350, 10 minutes, you have a graham cracker crust. But that being said, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If this is your first video, I hope you get something out of this. Check out some of my others. If you are returning or one of our new subscribers, welcome back and thank you. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Comments, always welcome. All I ask is you be nice, be civil, think before you type, right? It's okay to disagree, just be nice about it. I respond to all comments, good, bad, or indifferent. I feel if you take the time to type, I should take the time to respond, right? I will give you all your measurements in tablespoons, teaspoons, cups, along with grams and milliliters. That way, no matter where you're at, you can play along. So, that being said, why don't we hop on down here to the counter and we're going to get started on this oatmeal raisin pie. Alright, hold on for me 1 second. Alright, we are down here at the countertop. So, first thing you need, like anything else, recipe. I write all my recipes down in notebooks. That I find or create or otherwise. That way I always have them if it's something new like this one, because we try a lot of new for the first time here together. If we don't like it and I don't think it can be changed or modified to make it something that I would enjoy or we would enjoy, I just simply tear it out and throw it away. But recipe is always a good place to start. Next thing I did is I turned my oven on 325 degrees. The only tools we will need for this, as I base off the instructions, is one bowl and something to stir it with, because we're literally not mixing anything. Well, we're mixing it, but not with a hand mixer or a stand mixer. So this is kind of nice. First thing we're going to throw in this bowl is going to be 3 large eggs at 150 grams. They're 50 grams an egg. And it took me a minute to figure out why you would need to know the gram mix, but if you're buying pre-beaten eggs or an egg substitute, you would want to know that's 150 grams worth of eggs. And then we're going to add to that 1 cup, 240 milliliters of light corn syrup. Now, I am going to assume that you can use a dark corn syrup if that's what you have. It will just make your pie turn out darker. It's like pecan pies. If you use a dark corn syrup, it's going to turn out darker. If you use a lighter corn syrup, it's going to turn out lighter in color. But we got our eggs and our corn syrup in there, like I said, 240 milliliter. And then we are going to add some butter once I go and get it out of the, get it melted real quick. Hold on for me 1 second. Okay, it was actually already melted. I was just sitting in the microwave. But that's how I melt my butters in the microwave. It's one of the few things I use the microwave for. But that's 3 tablespoons, 42 grams of melted butter. I'm going to go ahead and get that in there. Now the next thing we need to do is go ahead and just get this eggs broken up and get this mixed up real well. Okay, so we've got all that mixed up. Looking good. So now all we have to literally do is dump the rest of our ingredients in here. So we'll just start at the beginning and go. Alright, we've got 1 teaspoon, 2 grams of cinnamon, just ground cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon, 1 gram of kosher salt. I've got some oats. I have got, I don't remember the gram weight on them. Yeah. 3/4 cup, 60 grams of quick oats. Quick oats. You could also use old-fashioned oats, but steer away from steel oats. And the difference between them all is the thickness of the oat. Quick oats are kind of like what you would find for oatmeal, instant oatmeal in the morning. The old-fashioned oats are just a hair thicker, take a few more minutes to cook or soak up and soften. Steel oats are like overnight things. You throw them in a pan or pot and throw water over them, let them sit overnight. So we've got 3/4 cup, 60 grams of our quick oats. I'm gonna dump that in there. I have got 2/3 a cup of packed brown sugar, and that's 170 grams, and it's tightly packed. I mean, we really pushed it in that measuring cup and made it really dense. And then we're going to break that up real quick because it came out one solid lump. And then I've got 1 tablespoon, 10 grams of regular old all-purpose flour. Get that thrown in there. And then I have got the star of the show, which is, one of 2 stars of the show, 3/4 cup, 120 grams of raisins. Now, I am using golden raisins, which are essentially just green grapes turned into raisins. You could also use just regular plain old raisins. I even saw a lady who had raisins and then she just let them soak steep in water, hot water, for about 15 minutes to undry them out. But honestly, for a fruit that's dry, they're pretty soft if they're fresh. But yeah, you do what you like to do. But I'm using golden grapes, golden raisins at any rate, and we're gonna throw those in there. And then the next thing we need to do is get this all mixed up. All right, so now that we've got that good mixed up and looking, and yeah, no lumps, no bumps, other than the lumps and bumps that are supposed to be there, we'll go ahead and make some room here right quick. Grab our pie crust, which I baked off earlier. Make sure it's not hot. Nope, we're in good shape. We're gonna take that and we're gonna go ahead and just get our mix right there into our pie crust is our next step. Okay, now that we got our pie filling in our pie crust, I have got a cookie sheet right here that I'm just going to stick this in, or stick this on top of, so that way if it bubbles over, it lands on the pie pan or on the cookie sheet and not on the oven base, because that wouldn't be fun. We'll go ahead and get this put in the oven. All right, we got her in the oven, so we're gonna go ahead and bake this for 50 minutes. 50. Nope, gosh darn it. Let's try that again. Turn the oven back on, timer. There we go. All right, so we're gonna bake this for 50 minutes. Now, I'm gonna check this at 45 minutes. What am I looking for? I am looking for a firm center. If it's jiggly, it's not set. And if it's not set, it's not done. So that's what we're looking for. And you should be able to take a metal knife, stick it in the center, and pull it out, and it should come out clean. Basically the same checks you'd have for a pecan pie. So when I come back, we'll take a look at it and hopefully try a piece. All right, see you here in 1 second. Okay, so our timer just went off, and as you just saw, the first go around at 50 minutes, it did not, it was still very wiggly, right? So now we're going to go ahead and check it again. If I can get us down there, hopefully you can see what's going on. But see how this go around? It's not as jiggly. That's what we're looking for. So what we'll do is, I'll set you back up here right quick, like such. And I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the oven. We're gonna shut off our oven since we're not jiggly anymore and we're pretty well set. Now there's always gonna be some movement. It's liquid, right? And we're not making a custard, so it's not gonna be completely not jiggly. It's like I said, like pecan. You know, very similar to pecan. But we're gonna go ahead, set that on a rack. like such, and we're gonna let this cool. Now, we don't have to necessarily let it cool down to room temperature, and we're not gonna refrigerate it. It is best served warm. But warm doesn't mean we just took it out of the oven. We're gonna cut this piece right now warm. It means we're gonna let it sit for about half hour, 45 minutes, until it's just, you know, it has a nice hint of warm to it, so to speak. I'm not a big fan of hot and warm. I mean, we can even let it go down to room temp, for that matter. You just don't want to serve it cold. But anyhow, let's go ahead and let this bad boy cool down for a little bit, and when I come back, we'll cut this piece and give it a try. All right, I'll see you here in a second. Okay, so we let her cool. It's not gonna melt her face anymore. Matter of fact, it's pretty much room temperature. I got outside and got distracted and spent most of my day out there with Norma. If you don't know who Norma is, that's our tortoise. I'm building her an outside enclosure this summer. I started it last fall before it got cold, but I'm gonna finish it up, and then that way we can build her an inside enclosure. She is a sulcata tortoise, and she'll get up to about 200 pounds. Which means that she won't be living in the house anymore, and I won't be able to pick her up. So she needs an indoor and outdoor enclosure outside, building that. And I'm trying to get the garden prepped up, ready to go for the summer. About 3.5 weeks, and we'll be planting. I've got tomatoes going and a couple other things, some bell peppers started, and that's pretty much it. Everything else, I'm growing jalapenos this year too. Not to get sidetracked, but I'm growing them inside. I'm going to try to grow an indoor jalapeno bush. We'll see how that goes. You never know until you try, right? But anyhow, let's go ahead and we're gonna get this cut, so that way we can try a piece of this. It has made my house smell so good almost all day, and it's been so nice. So let's go ahead and get this cut and see what happens. All right, we got our piece cut, and there we are. I'm a horrible first piece cutter, by the way, if you are new to my channel. So I'll never win any awards for cutting out the first piece and making it look photogenic, but all the same. And it reminds me a lot of a pecan pie. So far, I don't know what it tastes like, but its texture reminds me of a praline. You know, like a praline filling, like you would use with a pecan pie. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and give this a try, because I think it's going to be awesome sauce all the same. That, oh my God, that is heavenly. That is almost like a pecan pie married to oatmeal cookie. It had the perfect child. That is amazing. Just amazing. I don't know what else to say. You gotta give this a try. That's one of the best pies I've had in a long time. That's got everything you would ever want to buy. If you like pecan pies, or you like oatmeal cream, or oatmeal pies, or oatmeal cookies, oatmeal pies, that's, you know, or even like the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. That's just really good. I mean, just hands down good. If you like to breathe, you're gonna like this pie, I guarantee it. Give this one a try. Let me know if you do. Leave me a comment down below, or if you've made this before, or if you have a recipe that's similar to this, leave me a comment down below. You know, you can always share a story on Facebook at our group. You know, but you will like this. I guarantee it. Yeah, next week, I still don't know what we're doing. I mean, I do know what we're doing. Wednesday, we're going to put out a video. You know how I started doing the dry canning videos and things like that? That's what's going to go this Wednesday. And then Thursday, I am going to do my Scouts Honor Best to live stream. You know, it just seems like there's always something going on, but this Thursday coming up, I've set aside the evening for us, and we are probably going to do a dinner. we may do a simple dessert, but I think we're going to do a dinner. But that I haven't decided yet. But I am going to live stream this Thursday evening coming up at 7 p.m. So, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. I hope you guys join me. And I think we'll have a good time. But all the same, give this a try. Let me know if you do. Yeah, but until next week, when we get together for dinner or dessert or both or twice in 1 week, I love you. I love you very much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Tell somebody else you love them and you love them very much. They may need to hear it. If anything, it's going to make them smile ear to ear, guaranteed. It's going to make you smile and feel good to tell them. And if you give them some of this oatmeal raisin pie, I guarantee they're going to grin from ear to ear. Probably ask you for a glass of milk and an evening of conversation. And there's enough there for sure to invite the neighbors over, maybe call a friend or two, have a small party, have a milk and oatmeal raisin pie party. That would be fun. You could even maybe rekindle some old friendships. But anyhow, until next week, I love you and I will see you then. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.